J-Dubb here. So the other day I was at the store when a lady came up and asked me if I knew where something was. Turned out I did know where it was, and I helped her find it. And then something kinda struck me. Started thinking about all the nuances that are involved with just what seems to be a simple, everyday thing like answering a question. And realized there's a lot of sophisticated processes going on that we take for granted, and we just think of it as everyday stuff. But the human mind, no matter how dumb you might think that person is, or how frustrated you may be with yourself for all the little mistakes that you make, it's an incredible and sophisticated thing. Why are we not constantly in awe? Why do we spend all our faculties hoping to win stupid internet arguments? Sorry, go on that tangent again. Not realizing all the incredible things that are involved in just everyday human functioning. So let's just start with the lady asking me a question. This means that at some point she was at her home and realized she needed a particular product in order to accomplish a task. Her mind rendered an image of that product and associated that image with a particular sound. Her mind then went through a problem-solving process of figuring out how to acquire such a product, in which case it rendered an image of the store and associated that image with the sound store. It then rendered a navigation route and directed her body to move in a particular way as to propel herself towards her car following that navigation route. It then directed her body to move in a different way so as to operate her vehicle and followed a different navigation route to get to the store, where eventually she ran into me. Her mind was able to recognize my image as a fellow human who may be able to help her locate what she was looking for. So once again, her mind rendered the sound associated with that product. Which means that at some point in the past she had seen this product, meaning that photons had bounced off of this item and her eyes received this photon, which sent electrical signals through her optic nerve into her brain, where it processed, and it translated the signal into what we know as an image. Some process in her brain created the sensation of three-dimensional space and color, which was saved in her brain and could be recalled later without actually going through the process of observing the object again. While seeing this object, she also heard the name of the object, which means that little particles in the air oscillated in a wave formation in such a particular and unique fashion that once received by the instruments in her ear, they sent a unique signal into her brain, which similarly processed into the sensation of sound, creating a unique sound signature in her brain, which could also be saved and recalled without actually hearing the sound again. Her brain then associated the sound with the image so that when seeing the image, she would automatically recall the sound, and when hearing the sound, she would automatically recall the image. Her brain then directed her vocal cords to vibrate while coordinating this with her jaw, her lips, and her tongue in order to reproduce this sound, the vibration causing the particles in the air to oscillate in a wave formation so that my ear receives it, the instruments my ear received it, processed it. I was able to recognize the sound and pull up the image in my brain. My brain was able to recognize her question as where to locate this object. It then rendered a visual of where the product is in the store and created a navigation route from where I was at that present moment to how I would need to travel to get to that object. At some point in the past, I had walked through this store while going through the process of seeing. My brain was able to associate what I was currently seeing with an image that had already processed and been stored in my brain, and was able to associate that with a series of images, rendering the sense of a spatial direction relative to my current position and directing my body to communicate this direction. Her mind processed this information and rendered the same sense of direction so as to direct her body to move in such a way as to propel her through space to that particular spot and locate the object that she was looking for. Simply having the ability to render the sense of an image and a sound in your brain is an amazing thing. Having the ability to navigate yourself through space in order to locate this thing is an amazing thing. Having the ability to communicate these things with another person And to understand what's being communicated is an amazing thing. I am able to recall this event and formulate sounds which go through the air, and my camera is picking up with the sounds and doing its own processing, and you're hearing the sounds through your computer or phone or tablet or whatever, and going through the process of recognizing what I'm saying and forming your own images of this event. You watching this video is incredible. So anyways, that's what occurred to me. What do you think? See you next time, J-Dubb out. Godwin's Law. Anytime somebody makes an irrational comparison to the Third Reich, irrational being non-genocide or totalitarian related, you can call Godwin's Law, and according to internet law, that person's argument becomes